Hello everybody, Adam Steele from Hot Pole Studios here, and I am playing quite possibly the largest bass I've ever seen. This is Nick Crowe from Crowe Bass, and this is a Crowe bass.
This is a Crowe Bass Arbor 6.
I was about to ask you whether they had model names or whether it was entirely custom.
It is no, it's not entirely custom. So the shape is templated.
Right, but then it's options galore as and when.
Options galore and hand-carved neck. But so the model here is the Arbor.
The Arbor?
And that is the Arbor 6.
Arbor damned.
Arbor damned.
Sounds incredible. We were talking off camera before we started about the pickup placement, and I was a little concerned that they might be too far back. I'm happy to report I'm quite mistaken.
Yeah.
That sounds fantastic. My regular viewers will know that I tend to have quite a bright top on a bass tone, but I can wind it back if need be. And keep people like Henning happy.
Yeah.
I can even use things like a pick if I'm feeling super special, and do that kind of Motown-y thing with which this doesn't look like a Motown bass, but anything's possible. This is the kind of thing you want to be, discreet for a wedding set, something like that. Don't want to draw attention to yourself. You want to play something easy and light, small, out the way. This seems like just the right kind of thing.
It's aimed at wedding bands.
Funnily enough, I can actually believe that. The people I know in wedding bands were all mental. But this is a fantastic piece of work. I mean, that's a neck through, so that is one single piece. And that is so thick. We're talking THICC thick, everybody. And it's made with, it's got the wenga thing.
Yep.
And then strip of maple down the middle.
Yep.
More wenga. And
Paddock.
Is that how you pronounce that one?
Paddock, yeah.
Paddock. I've always wondered, because everybody I know mispronounces it as far as they know. I think I mispronounce it as far as I know. Well, there you go. The legend continues. Nobody knows. But yeah, this has the thickest neck I think I've ever played, and I don't have particularly large bass playing hands, and somehow it still works.
Yeah.
How?
So I generally carve necks. This style of neck, we'll get to the other one, but I generally carve this style of neck by feel.
Right.
So I will carve the neck, and being a player as well, I will play it until it feels where it needs to be.
Right.
So that's how that style of neck for me works.
Makes sense now you say it, because even though the neck is super thick, when you play 6 strings, generally in my experience, you don't tend to kind of hook your thumb over, so you're not worried about the top side so much as when you're playing something like a jazz bass, and quite a lot of people will kind of grab the end, which for me doesn't work anyway, because then how are you going to slide around and do the silly stuff? Like, how are you going to do that when you're grabbing it? But this plays beautifully well, and this is set up with Aguilars, but as we'll see from the others, you're not kind of tied into any particular. If someone wants something custom,
if someone wants something custom, then I do have a partnership with Bartolini. So all of my stock instruments, and generally what I recommend to people is the Bartolini gear, but I'm not tied into that. So the Aguilar pickups are fantastic. Same with the Nordstrand pickups as well. They all do a fantastic job and can all be optioned onto builds as well.
Fantastic. But yeah, this thing is making my leg turn to dust. So let's swap it out for something that's a little different. I've not had a chance to really try the one with the flats. And I don't really have very much chance in what I do to play single cut basses either. So I'm interested to see how this feels, especially up top. This is a wonderful, so that's flame maple top.
This is flame sycamore.
Oh,
Yeah.
how very fancy.
Yeah, yeah.
But with the black stain that really pops.
Yeah.
And then what have we got on the back?
So it's an ash body.
Right.
Again, neck through, right the way down to the tail there. And it's a maple neck, wenge strings in there.
Right.
And I've put some ebony accents in there as well.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
So is that just for colour or is that strengthening?
It was purely just an accent decision. I thought, hey, I've got some ebony here.
Why not?
So yeah, no, it was purely for an accent.
Good stuff. Now I did have a pick, but I threw it. There it is. And this feels, especially in passive mode, which is what we're going. Henning was talking about Motown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got a real nice. When you kind of palm mute pick, that's got. Flat ones always feel weird to me.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm playing on a snake.
Yeah, yeah. You need to play for a while
Yeah.
to get your hand around it.
But up top, that should flow really well. I feel so weird with the single cut because I can't see my thumb. The bass is eating my thumb. Yeah, no, playing Rush on flat wounds is kind of like forbidden fruit, but that's so smooth as a sound that if you need that kind of sound all night long, if you play one of those kind of bands, I think that makes it easier for you because you've not got the going on the top. So I can be a little more, not lazy, but economical.
Yeah.
And I'm not too worried about screwing up. That's nice.
I'm trying to help the player out there.
Absolutely. And I can feel as well without looking that the volute on this thing is, as Henning said in his video, massive.
Yeah.
But it stops at exactly the right place. Because I don't tend to play with my thumb there, I tend to play with it here.
Yeah.
And it just stops me at the second fret. So I can be playing up here. Yeah, it puts me in the right place.
Yeah.
That's a really nice touch because I've found that a few people put the volute a little too far back.
Yeah.
And you end up just on the wrong side of the wrong fret.
Yes.
That's so easy to play considering the size of the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's almost squared off on the sides.
Yeah.
Which fits better than it has any right to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But then I suppose because, unlike a guitarist who would play with their hand closer to the neck to do some more complicated chord shapes, I've got space in the back of the hand there. So it's very much horses for courses. Poor Henning was trying to play this and I think his brain was melting. He's like, but the neck's so big!
Yeah.
But yeah, now to try the one with the neck that really stands out for me, which is a yonder. Let's swap them. The body on this thing is so thick.
Yeah.
But would you regard it as chambered or semi-hollow or?
I would say chambers. The neck again runs right the way through the body, but both the top and bottom wing are hollowed to lighten it, but changes the tone characteristics of it as well. But yeah, if it was solid Babinga, you would know about that being around your neck.
Right. this one, let's
That's
keep
just
it
passive.
Yeah, keep this one in passive mode. This one feels probably the most me,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And this has what caught me off guard, which is the asymmetric neck.
Yeah.
And that threw me for a real loop, that it's much thicker nearer the bottom B string than it is near the G. And so it's got a really steep angle on it.
Yeah.
Which kind of feels like it shouldn't work, but I think if it was a 4-string, that would be weird.
Yeah. 100%.
But what it's doing to me is it's putting my hands so that my fingers naturally rest on the E rather than the B.
Yeah.
So that I do have to work for the B a little more, but naturally I'm not landing on the wrong string. Which, because I've been playing extended range stuff now for, too many years, it's not so much of a thing, but if anyone's transitioning from a 4 to a 5, I can see that being a really useful, subtle tool to just keep you in the right place for that. And I'm not tempted to go for the low B unless I'm making a point of it.
Yeah.
Which is... That is a very tight sounding instrument as well. What was the body made of on this one?
So the chambered wings are babinga,
right,
which is a really dense hardwood, and then the neck is maple and babinga and wenge, and
so hard and hard.
Hard and hard.
Gotta love hard and hard.
And there's a little bit of mahogany in there as well.
Ooh, just to give it that fancy feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is, especially in the low B, that is stopping when I stop.
Yeah.
Which sounds obvious, but on low basses where the wood isn't right, I actually find that it makes itself sloppy through resonance.
Yeah.
Whereas the fact that I can go will make the Genty guys very happy. So
the neck is about the control on it there. It's about the control of it puts your thumb more underneath for when you are playing higher up and the more noodly stuff, but then it gives you that control on the B as well, like with the being able to stop the B, and it's about working with the ergonomics of playing a bass guitar.
Yes, cogito ergo bass. And the harmonics jump out quite nicely at me. There's a bit of a problem with this bit, but this meat section doesn't come with the bass, unfortunately. You have to improve your own kind of meat section. Another thing you were talking about is you do like to have the pickups back here, which, like you said, that surprised me in how much that works.
Yeah.
Is that something you found through experimentation?
Yeah. There's been experimentation, and a little bit of experimentation and probably inspiration as well from the basses that I'm trying to emulate. I like the modern bass guitars, and like the modern pickup placement being further back. It's as we said earlier, talking in the day, like I like to have the pickups where I'm playing, and my fingers are always back at the bridge, so that's where I want to pick the sound up from. So that's where I put the pickups.
And yeah, I was saying that I tend to play further up, but there's nothing uncomfortable about me playing this slightly further back. It's only about an inch distance, which of course for a bass player is almost nothing. And it does feel tighter back here, which is just a little bit of an adjustment for me, but I can do that real funky thing back here with. And that works really well, actually. quite often I'm used to doing that kind of thing for. If you ever play level 42, that kind of thing, a lot of it is it's either slap, which is what he's known for, or it's back here. And that kind of real mid honk that you get from that is great. If I take the active EQ, which I've got with a bit of a loudness curve, and take that away. That's going back to that real funky thing. But versatility is a big thing for me. And this bass and all of these, they are monsters. But they don't play monstrously.
Yes.
If you know what I mean. They really sing and they let you do what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
And that is absolutely fantastic. So, to give me a rough kind of ballpark figure for what kind of... Because I know everything is custom.
Custom, yeah. It's all optioned.
So
from tone woods to electronics, yeah, it's all custom.
But just to give our viewers a rough idea, if you were to build a stock instrument kind of like this, but with, like, say, Bartolini's...
With the Bartolini's, so solid bodies, like 6-string, you're looking around 2,800 for that. Hollow bodies are a little bit more involved. Right. So you're going to be around the 3,000 mark with that. Similar. This will be a kind of similar price, a little bit less than the 6-string, obviously. But yeah, you're looking 2,500 to around 300 with hollow body.
Not
3,000. Sorry.
Oh, nearly got you. On camera, you said. But yeah, that is entirely reasonable for something that's got some serious craftsmanship. So yeah, check them out. Website is going to be down in the description below. So thanks, Nick, for showing me these absolute
Thank you for playing. Thank you.
Anytime. And thanks to Mike from British Boutique Guitar Festival, CGS. Thanks to Michiel for doing the switching for me. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that rubbish. You know what to do. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Hey, everyone. That might be the end of the video, but if you fancy carrying on this conversation, we have a Discord server. Link is in the description. We're also on Patreon, which is something you can really help us with. We also are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hop Hole Studios. See you there.